All right, Nancy and I are here in Bellingham. We've been planning out the next year's sketchbook retreat, which we've determined based on our various schedules, including Haley's, who is our yoga teacher, that it will be held from September 14th to September 21st, 2024. And we have been planning each day, and yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun again. Looking forward. Anyway, we've lost power, so we're sitting here in the dark with candles. It's we cannot figure out why on earth there is no power, because it's not at all a windy day, as you can see by this gorgeous lake out here. It is like a mirror. It's so pretty. Anyhow, that's what's happening. All right, a bientôt. I just wanted to, oh, there's Chloe. You see Chloe behind me, snuggled into the couch. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about learning French. I got a lot of people asking me how I've learned French. And honestly, I've learned it various ways. I grew up in Toronto. So in Canada, you're sort of required in school to learn a little bit of French. Not that I was at all fluent in French when I ended my schooling. But then my husband Aaron and I moved to Brussels, and I was not allowed to work in Brussels because I didn't have a visa. So I did language classes. So I learned a lot of French in Brussels. But again, although I was learning it, I don't know, I think I took live classes 3 days a week. You'd think I'd know a lot more French. I don't know that languages come really naturally to me, but I did learn quite a bit. And then I didn't speak it for, 30 years. And so when I started going to France, obviously I had to sort of pick up real quick. So I started with apps. And one of the apps I was using is Babbel, and I still use it. So Babbel is kind of like a real language learning app. I like it because it's quite visual. There's a lot of photos, which if you're a visual learner, I tend to be a visual learner, I guess, because I'm an artist and I like to be able to see things and attach words to them. I also have to see words somehow to be able to learn them. So Babbel is really good for that, better than some of the other apps. So that's been really helpful. And then they also have live classes, which have been great, actually. You kind of get on a Zoom call with a teacher, and there's probably 2 or 3 other students as well. And honestly, you don't learn any better than in a live class. So I highly recommend those if you have the chance to do those. And the good news is that Babbel is giving my listeners 60% off. So it's a really good deal right now. I've had a lot of time, as you might notice by my videos this last couple of weeks, that I've had a lot of time on my hands that I'm not used to having. So yeah, I've been spending a lot more time learning languages and playing solitaire, if truth be told. Okay, so anyhow, check out Babbel. And yeah, it's better to learn a language than to play solitaire. Okay. So check it out. There's links here, and I'll put more links in the description. And yeah, get 60% off. It's a good deal. Okay, a bientôt. Hi everybody. Here's the update on the the glued-in horns. I guess it's sunk in, so it has some holes, which I think I'm gonna fill now because I'm thinking of kind of trying to match this in some sort of paint. So I kind of want this to be smooth, so kind of I can try and mimic the wood. Fill in the holes. I'm kind of shocked that this worked. It's amazing. Liquid nails fixes anything. On the exterior of the house, we had a lot of really rotted wood that needed to get painted. It was, I mean, we could have tried to replace it, but that probably would have been a smarter idea. But I had this painter come, and he literally just painted over some of the worst areas with the liquid nails, and he just smothered it in liquid nails and then painted over that. And it was brilliant because it's waterproof, and it just completely sealed it up. So now I'm a huge liquid nails proponent. Although in France I haven't quite figured out the equivalent yet in products. I think I have about 3 different tubes of stuff that I thought was liquid nails, but that is not. So that's how that goes. It's one of the harder things about France is figuring out products and figuring out the equivalents that you're used to. And sometimes there just isn't an equivalent. It just is, you just have to find a different way of doing something than what you're used to. One of the fun challenges, it's like the paintbrushes, It's like in France they use the sort of the round paintbrush, where in North America we tend to use an angled paintbrush. And boy, once you've started with one, it's really hard to switch to another method. Okay, so I think I'm going to just let that settle in. We'll see how that goes and go from there. All right, I'm gonna get my paint kind of better situated here. I use to keep my paints kind of moist. Oh, I hate that word, moist. Okay, to keep them wet, I use just like a plastic tray, and then I line it with some paper towel, and then over that I put either parchment paper or palette paper, and that works pretty well. So I'm just going to go and set that up. Okay, I'm back with my palette set up with palette paper. And I think I'm gonna do her legs and like her skin in kind of a yellow. And so I'm gonna mix this yellowy color. Make it really pale. Even too much yellow, but you get the idea. Just a really pale yellow, and then I'm just gonna kind of well, she stands out a little better that way. She's got quite a bosom. What else do I want to do here? Kind of like how this background turned out. It's all sort of stipply. They're kind of like the paint sort of spread. It looks like water. So I feel like this is definitely a pool situation of some description. So I wonder if I can make that pool more pooly. Is pooly a verb? Ooh, hang on, I've got to let the dogs in. One sec. I have 3 dogs here today. So it's dog haven around here. So, all right. Those are pretty good pool colors, I would say. Now, I've got silly brushes here. Let me find a better brush. I feel like we gotta make it kind of watery. All right. Throwing some water on top to kind of create that watery effect I had before. I don't quite know what she's doing. Sitting on a pedestal on top of the water. I don't know. I'll sort of make this darker water. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing exactly. Just kind of wing it and have fun. It's all about the fun. Just sitting on top of a wave. Whee! Maybe I should put it on a surfboard. Surf lady. Now the one thing I love doing is making drips. Whee! Try and avoid her. It's kind of fun. Oh, I got it wrong. All right. Something's bugging me about her head. I don't know quite what. Too bright? And I feel like I should kind of create some sort of shadow or something under her leg. Let's see. Maybe a green color. Not sure that worked. She's quite muscular. Rather muscular. Oh, now I need the red. The red again for her bathing suit. Ay, ay, ay. This is it. You just keep, you mess it up and then you fix it and then you mess it up all over again. The muscularity of her arm there.
Sure, she needs like a little matching bathing cap.
She's a bit front and center. Kind of wanted her to blend a little better. So I'm gonna have to think about that. But this is what it's fun to do, is like, I think I kind of like the idea of making an abstract painting and then putting something more recognizable on top of the abstract painting. You know, I'm gonna move my thing. This seems to have glued back together pretty well. I just have to find a place for it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put the swimmer away for the moment. Gotta get the tree trimming video.
Trimming.
Yeah, that's what we call decorating the tree, is trimming the tree.
I've literally never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
Really?
You've never used that term. Don't
guess
save all your fancy words for YouTube.
I guess it's, I don't know.
Wait, I feel like it is.
One of those old-fashioned words that came to me.
Oh yes, let's trim the tree. We don't mean cut it.
Annual trimming.
Because no, why would you trim the tree?
Well, because that's kind of what you do, isn't it?
Well, you trim it. It's just very like misleading.
What? Oh no! Good thing it was a plastic one. All right, it's coming along. Are you finding all your favorites?
I swear we got a bunch of new ones. I don't know where any of these came from.
We buy the animals
Every year?
every year. Buy another couple times, maybe. Well, not every year. Maybe every couple of years. I run into them.
Widows rock.
Yep. Yes, we do. What do you think about all of this? What do you think? You're excited by the balls?
Me.
The angel. I love how I'm helping so much.
None of the ornaments go.
That one what?
None of the ornaments go. Just very little cohesion.
All the noodles? I feel like there doesn't need to be cohesion. That's what it's all about.
The reason cohesion is the name of the day. The movie had no cohesion.
Yeah.
We went and saw The Boy and the Heron. What's the animator's name again?
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. Such beautiful animation, but the movie was a little bit strange. The Pokemon bowl is really heavy. It's weird, I don't know why it's so heavy. All right, we've had the star since I don't even remember.
We got it at the Nutcracker.
At the Nutcracker when you were probably 4.
No, I was older. I was like 10 or 13.
You said it was
worry.
broken? It's not broken.
Where's my little peacock? Here's my peacock. We also got this at the Nutcracker at the same time.
Is that your favorite?
I think it's my favorite.
There we go. It's looking pretty good.
What happened to the firefighter thing?
It's in there. It's in that box.
That one's my core memory.
Core memory? What's the firefighter? Oh, the firefighter. The firefighter Santa.
It's because you always told me
Made by
that this was me.
Sicilian. Oh,
Because I used to have a blanket like that.
I see.
But I guess now you,
Well, no, Selena made that. I'm sure she,
Oh, yeah.
made that?
yeah, well, she painted it, you know. It's like,
2002.
yeah, so it was
Oh,
you.
no, actually, you're wrong. Santa made it.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, that does say Selena.
Santa, Selena.
One and the same.
So she's the one who instilled in you that was you.
It is me.
It's looking pretty.
We need better stocking holders than those stupid.
Oh no.
Oh, guys.
Yep, well, that was it. I think you did a pretty good job. Still looks a little tilted though.
What?
Still looks a little tilted this way. Somebody has to get underneath and screw the.
What's that?
It won't stay though. You have to screw the one of the screws underneath.
5 times though. I think this stem is like full.
Yeah, it might be better.
But,
See if it stays.
yeah.
So pretty. Say hi to you. Yay. It was really fun. We had a really fun time drinking tea with Haley.
Yeah.
So
Like a chauffeur. It was delicious.
was
Everything worked out.
it did. There was no spilling. Well, there was a small accident. We won't mention any names. Yes, and happy birthday to you tomorrow. That's exciting.
I'm 30.
Woo!
I made it
You made it.
to a new decade.
There you go.
And I'm ready to just be open and excited for something new.
Yeah.
And to say goodbye to my 20s.
There you go. Yeah, well, 30s is way more fun than 20s, I have to say.
Our waiter the other day, it's like your 20s, but you have money.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's do that.
So true. It's so true. I gotta show this sign. Oh, it doesn't show up very well in Instagram land. It's all blurred out, but it's hands holding or reaching up towards a lotus, and then underneath it is the French characters that spell out Mother Yoga, which is where we are in Seattle. And over there is Helen, who runs Mother Yoga. And we've got Olivia. And we've had a very spiritual moment here. It's been really fun. Okay, well, I'm back here trying to figure out how this might work. I don't know how paint is going to adhere to this this head, but I use this paint. It's a burnt orange. I often use it on top of a painting to kind of stain it almost. It's called a glaze. So I'm gonna kind of try that with this. Let's see if the paint adheres. I don't know. Maybe I should use it undiluted. I thought maybe I could put it on and then kind of wipe it off, but I don't know. And it's looking really red. Maybe I need to mix it with some brown. So, since I don't have a whole ton of Chateau content, one thing I have been doing while I've been home is trying to plot my my projects when I get back. So one of the things, I'm just gonna get some brown paint here. One of the things I was thinking of doing was possibly painting my bedroom, which of course is the most neglected room in the entire house. So, and then I've been trying to figure out what colors to paint it. Oh, this paint is kind of dried up. Oh, that's really dark. So I've created a couple of Pinterest type boards in order to try and figure it out. So I will insert, as I'm chatting here, the Pinterest board. I was thinking possibly a green, kind of I don't know, kind of the shade is all. I don't want it minty because I don't like that color very much. Okay, I'm just gonna try and wipe this off now and see what happens. I Get a paper towel. Oops, one sec. So I was thinking it could be, I don't know, I just feel, I don't know about that. I was thinking it would be kind of almost like a, I don't know what the color is, kind of like a, I don't want to say avocado, but kind of more of a darker green, just because it's on the garden side of the house, so I thought it would look good. It would look good in green. And then another color, which is sort of interesting, is sort of a pale pink, possibly. But then it just feels like, so pink. I don't know if I'm quite brave enough for that. And then, you know, the standard white, which is, of course, you know, could be cool and Parisian and all that. So, I don't know. I guess you guys can tell me what you think. I'll put my, as I say, well, you'll be scrolling here as I'm chit-chatting. I'll scroll through my Pinterest board, sort of idea board, and you can tell me what you think. Well, this is kind of working, maybe? What do you think? A little bit more red. So red here. I think that needs to be filled in a bit more of the red. Yeah, you can tell me, are you a green person, a pink person, or a white person? And I know that I'm not going to get a consensus on that. Everybody's going to have their opinions. But, you know, I'm one of these people who I get overwhelmed by things. You would never know that looking at my desk or my art studio. But I do get overwhelmed visually. So in my bedroom, I like it really spare. I find it is conducive to sleeping more. And I already have a hard time sleeping, so if I need some more brown to fill that spot in. So yeah, you can tell me, too much paint. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to know, what color chateau bedroom would you go with if you had your choice? I would do blue. I consider blue, but of course I've already done Olivia's room in the blue. But maybe there's a different color blue that I could play with. And I do kind of like a really bright room. So that's the other consideration, I guess. So there you go. All right, I feel like Mr. Deer is kind of repaired, more or less. What do you think? Gotta stop touching that spot. It's too white there. Let it dry. Let it dry, Ab. Stop fussing. Stop fussing. Stop. Stop. Okay, stopping fussing. Oh. Not quite stop fussing. Gotta get behind the ears. Don't forget behind the ears. I hope you're still seeing this. Sorry. It's very dusty. But yeah, I love these guys that I got them all in Bali. Oh, another behind the ear moment. Under the antler moment. that dry moment. I'll see, I'm just gonna show you what I mean about the grazing. So you just take this paint and you kind of just put it on top. Like this. I know you're all thinking, no, don't do it. All freaking out right now. But yeah, that's kind of all you do. And then you take your handy cloth and you just kind of bring it back a little bit. And it kind of creates a stain. Although it's kind of better when you, I didn't do there's usually a layer you put underneath, which you let dry first. And that kind of makes the color stick a little better. Right now it's kind of, but you can kind of see what I mean. It sort of changes the color slightly. Just sort of adds some interest. Well, don't know. Yeah, kind of still not loving this painting, so I'll probably wind up painting all over it again, which is what I do over and over and over again. But it does kind of make it interesting with all the layers and the different colors coming through. Sometimes what I do is I take a little sanding block. To sand it down, because then some of the layers come through. And you can see the different patterns that have come through, all the different brush strokes and stuff. And it just kind of adds some interest. Well, I like it sanded better than not sanded, so there you go. But it's still not there, but that's okay. Maybe we'll sand this one too while we're at it. Ooh, it's kind of cool how that pink is coming through. Ooh, this is really cool. Now, see, just a little bit of sanding. And suddenly it's like a whole different painting, really. Not quite so, I don't know, so flat somehow. Ooh, I just love this pink coming through. Okay, well, I suppose I better go and produce this video, get it up there so you guys can see it. Otherwise it's gonna be 4 o'clock this afternoon before I get it up there. But yeah, that's what's happening in Seattle land. Okay, a bientôt. All right, even though he's not quite dry, I thought I would just hang him back with his friends. Look at all his friends. Aren't they cute? I just love them. All right, this is gonna hurt them. I thought, doing it in one hand. All right, there we go. Okay, now you can see the grouping. If I do different angles here as I go up the stairs. Yeah, I think he blends in pretty well. I don't think you even noticed the paint on his little forehead. Well, maybe you do on camera, but it's still a little shiny. It'll be duller when it dries, I guess. Me being impatient, of course I can't wait until he's dried. All right, there we go. All right, a bientôt.
How many mountains to get some confidence? How many debates to earn some tailwind. The years pass, I'm still the same. What will it take